Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. In this video I'm going to continue doing the remodel that I've been planning on doing. So my shower is going to go in this corner right here. So I've got a lot of plumbing to do. Now if you remember when I did my shower over there, I had to elevate it so I could put the plumbing underneath it because the floor is exposed underneath. Here I can run the plumbing straight down, so I don't need to elevate my floor. But if you watch my rain catchment system videos, I've got two huge water tanks right here. So I've got minimal working space down there, and I cannot get back to this corner. It's nearly impossible. So what I'm going to do is cut a hole right here so I can access that area. Now this is the only piece of scrap 3/4 plywood that I have, and I believe it's shorter than what I need it to be. 42.5. I need 43 3/4. That sucks. So what I'm going to do is cut from this plywood joint to this joist right here, and that'll open up this area, and I can reach back to this section and get that hooked up. I'll be able to work in between the 4 water tanks that are down there. There's this big channel right here. I'll be able to work in there. I'll be able to run my pipes to this point, run them up through this wall that's coming here, and that I can get to over there. So right now I'm going to cut this plywood out. I can't believe I'm about to do this. 13.25. So I got that marked out. Instead of putting a nail, I'm going to use my foot. I'll loop the line underneath my foot and then bring it to this point, and then I can move my foot so that this point is where it's got to go. Pull it tight, and I can snap that. It's close enough. I mean, it's not really, but it'll be alright. I've got a double joist running right here, so if I just cut right there, I should be good. So my tanks are about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch below the bottom of the joist, so there's no real way I can cut into it with a circular saw, but I'm still going to set my depth to a little over 3/4 of an inch. Now you would think this would be easy to take out, but I'm telling you, it is not going to be easy. Since I glued this plywood down, it's literally one piece of wood now. So it's just going to be a hack fest from here. There's one piece. Beautiful. Easy, puppy. Oh, that wasn't bad. So I'm going to come in here and pull any of these nails that I can get at. Oh, I hear the internet expert typing. You just use a simple nail puller with pretty nail quite easily. Thank you. Oh, you're so smart. Your mother must be so proud of you. When I do go and replace this with a piece of plywood, I'm going to put glue down again. I want this to be as smooth as possible, so any of these chunks I need to get out of here, otherwise I'll have a dip in my floor. It won't be too noticeable, but I would like a smooth floor, so I'm going to take a little time here and do this right. I mean, that's all I really wanted to do today on this project, is to evaluate this mess. So I haven't filmed anything since that last clip, but right now I'm doing the rough plumbing for the drain pipes. Since there's not much flexibility in the drain pipes and there's more flexibility in the PEX, I'm going to do the drain lines first and then run all the PEX. It is so complicated and so tight that I can't even film it. It's just chaotic. This is a picture right here of what is going down there. Now, of course, that's just rough lengths and stuff like that, but it was the theory in my head and I wanted to test it out, so I did some rough stuff. So now I've gotten this drain line in, which is the washing machine. I still need to run the drain line. This is a vent pipe. I still need to run a drain line for the bathroom sink, the drain line for the shower, which is going to be the hardest one to do, which will probably be the last one. And right now I'm running the kitchen sink and dishwasher. So I'm going to go to the crawl space and do this section. Everything, though, has been done from right here, and it's tough. It's very hard, hard. I've never had anything this hard. I did make one mistake right off the bat. My second piece I glued up the wrong place. So I need to go to the store and get another one of these right here. But overall, good. Not something I'm very comfortable with. First time that I've been building something and was like, I wonder how much a plumber would cost to come in and do this. I bet you it's in the $1,000 range for 1 or 2 days. One day, but I bet you it's about $1,000. So I'll do it. I'll get it. Slow and steady. I got all the time in the world and not that much money, so I'll bring you back when I do some drain or some water lines. I did buy a bunch of PEX, so that brings this project to $200 so far. What did I spend another? Oh, all that lumber, all that shit, nails. Oh yeah, I'm at 200. So I've gotten to the stage where I can't continue the plumbing until I bring the shower over. Since I'm not a plumber, I don't understand the whole shower thing. Even though I did it, I can't really remember exactly how the bottom of the shower thing looked, the shower pan. So I need to take the shower out, bring it over here, and measure stuff and get stuff figured so that I can do this drain pipe and connect the last drain into the system that I have. So I'm going to start insulating this corner right here. I probably needed that. Yeah, oh, I'm sure I needed that piece. Remember, it's down there. And that'll be that. I mean, it's a great idea. I think so. Stay, everything just... What a mess. So I'm going to need to install a backing here for this wall where it runs into it. I'm going to do is insulate this, and then I'll notch this out for my backing. 32 inches is right here, so I'm going to do a 2x4 on edge. I'll do the same thing. I'll insulate this, and then I'll add in the backing. I'm going to do a whole video on Roxol, but this stuff is really easy to work with. Some people it bothers their skin, some people it doesn't. Somebody told me if I take baby powder and rub it all over my skin, that'll clog my pores, so then you don't have itchings, but whatever. Since I'm going to take a 2x4 and put it in here on the flat like this, I'm just going to put this on here and mark this. Then I'll cut in roughly 1.5 inches and peel this out. If I can do this remodel, I can do anything in this house. It is a disaster. It's not just like a little disaster. It's been hell. Oh, I like it. So I've spent the last 1.5 hours trying to take my shower out. It is a pain. One thing I did that was really stupid, which I'm regretting now, was using the PL glue underneath this shower basin. So this piece of plywood that's there is now adhered to the bottom of this shower, and there is no separating those two. They're together. So I now need to go in there and cut all the screws that went from the plywood into this 2x4/6 construction that I had to elevate the shower. It is by no means easy. This is my 3rd Sawzall blade that I have used, and this is my last one I have. So this one needs to make the last few cuts. The back section is the only thing holding it, I think. This has been a project for sure, and 7 whores ago. You can almost do it. I mean, I really don't want to break the shower, because this shower is like $350, $400, I forget how much it was. But it's expensive, and I don't want to buy a new one. So I'm trying to reduce, reuse, recycle in this case. That's going to be the name of this video. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. There's got to be a song that I can Google, and I'll find that song, and then we'll sing it together. We'll have a sing-along. Where's my drink? If there's ever a project that I need to drink on, this one. This is it. Oh, that's beautiful. Am I showing some serious crack? No, it probably wasn't in the shot. That's good. Living in my tiny house and doing this is very difficult. And I'm sure you've seen shots where you can see the mess. But I keep defending myself on this, but please don't judge me. I'm sorry. This is a construction zone and also a house that I'm living in. Man, I bet you there's just one more freaking screw holding it in. Stay with it, kid. You got this. I'm definitely not taking a shower in this thing again until it's moved. So now I'm kind of, what's that word? Fucked? Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Pure vodka? Possibly. Look at how loose it is. It's almost like a little kid's like tooth, you know, when they lose their teeth. And then I just hook like a piece of floss to it, and I shoot a rocket into the air, and it'll pop right out. Pop, pop. Not popping. Not popping is not happening. Oh, you can see straight up my nostrils. You see my teardrop-shaped nostril? Long story. Do you want to hear it? I was 2 years old, and my mom was getting my breakfast ready, and so I was on the high chair, and I was like kneeling backwards on it, and I had my hands on like the, you know, where your back would go, and I was like rocking it because I was excited, and it fell backwards, and there was a table with like a metal piece hanging off of it. We weren't the richest growing up, so there was probably some great furniture in my house. And that metal, I think it was a hinge, like from a broken leaf on a table or something. That metal hinge caught my nose right here and ripped it straight all the way up to about here. So I had like ripped my nose wide open when I was 2 years old. Can you imagine, like being, if I'm not a parent, but can you imagine being a parent and seeing your kid with the nose just like butterflied open? Yeah, so I've had plastic surgery on my nose, so my nose is actually fake. And if you look, you can't see, but maybe I'll get close. See how one is teardrop and one is peanut shaped? There it is. You see that line right there? That line is from, and that crossed over right here. Nasty. That is one of many, many horror stories of me growing up. My mom said if I would have been her first, I would have been her last. Oh, is there something in your way? Oh, everything? Oh, I figured there was nothing in your way. Ooh, that's sharp and it's cutting into my skin. Oh yeah, I got it in there. And then it fell out. It's smoking. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, what fell out of my pocket? Was it $1 million? Nope. If you're wondering if it's loud in my ear, you have no idea. Oh, whoa, am I showing some six-pack? Sorry, ladies. Sorry about that. Oh. Yeah! Yeah! That's it, baby. She's free. That was a pain in the arse. I'm so proud that I did that, though. You remember, did you watch my 3-part shower video? I put this thing in about 40 times. Oh shit, balls of fire. That's a full bottle of vodka. You need to be careful with that, okay? Priorities. Let's just test her out. I think I need to buy a new one of these things. Why is there glue on that, bro? Be thankful you can't smell what I'm smelling right here. Oh, don't spell. Right through your mouth. Oh God, that's disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. I'm not proud of who I am. Why you not fit like a glove? Alright, you do fit like a glove. That's awesome. Did you see what happened? That's fucking awesome. Everything about that makes more sense. I am happy with the decisions that I am currently making. I have nowhere to shower today, so we need to finish this project ASAP. So right now I got to do the backing right there and then do the plumbing. I got my 2 pieces of backing cut. So what I did was I measured over from this wall to 32 inches. I went another 3.5 inches, and then I found the center of that. And then I went back and calculated the center of a 2x6, which is 5.5, which would be 2 3/4 each way from that center line. And I put a mark on both sides. I measured to this point, which was, I believe, 31 inches. And then I made a mark on 3 points down here. Then I can take this piece, place it on that 31-inch mark, notch out my rock sole insulation. And I just want to take a little bit off. That was a little too much right there. That was a little. Can I get some back, please? Thank you. That'll work. That'll nail it nicely. Oh! So I've done a lot of research on vapor barriers, which would go on the warm side of your house, so on the inside. So if you're doing your floor, you want the vapor barrier on top of the insulation before you put your plywood down for your floor. The problem with vapor barrier is it's recommended that you use it in cold climates. I'm in North Carolina. To me, that is like right at that borderline of a cold climate or a warm climate. It does get cold, but I've also noticed that condensation does occur in my bedroom, and I do have a vapor barrier down there. I will be going to the Roxol plant, like I've said before, and that will be my number one question is, do I use a vapor barrier? When do I use a vapor barrier? Why not? All those damn questions that you might have about vapor barriers will be my number one question, because when you buy fiberglass insulation, most of the time it comes with a paper back vapor barrier installed on it. And don't get me started on that, because that's just a really crappy vapor barrier. Jake and Keith over at the Tiny Nest did a great job doing their vapor barrier. If you watch his video on it, he put some kind of adhesive down on these things, and then he put it on there. He taped everything. They are in a extremely cold climate. They're in Canada. So do I use one? I don't know. I am going to loosely put this on here, and if it doesn't need to be there, then I can possibly remove it. I don't notice any problems with where I took the shower out before, so whatever. Oh, right into my hand. I needed a staple there. So I have the vapor barrier past where the shower is going to go, so I can tie, if I need a vapor barrier in, I can tie it into it and tape all the joints. One problem is I didn't vapor barrier underneath in my mechanical room. I haven't noticed any problems, so I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that I don't need a vapor barrier. So on the bottom section here, I'm just going to cut where the studs are, and then this extra, I'm going to let it go down underneath the ledger board that is holding the joists on. And then it'll go down into the bottom, into that crawl space. And I don't know, it's not a complete vapor barrier, so things are probably not right. Is it to code? Probably not. So I figured this rough length from the center of the drain to where it needs to connect in here. I ran it long. I'm going to end up cutting it again with a Sawzall. So I'll cut this to length. That was violent. Oh, it hurt all over my face. Glue. I didn't realize that PVC cement only lasts for so long. It's not something you can like store and use later. Clean everything twice. If you don't know this by now, you haven't been watching my videos, I guess. And then put a little glue, stick and twist, and hold for at least 30 seconds. Oh, I'm using the clear cleaner versus that purple. Purple is for your DIY or Home Depot special people. I've literally played this over in my head about 40 times. Right now I need to find a piece of rope. Alright, so I shoved that drain pipe down there. I got a rope connected to it, and then I took a piece of pipe, tied it to the end so I don't pull it through. This way I can pull this up into the bottom of that drain fitting. So now I need to snake this through the bottom of the drain while I put it into place. Oh God! No glue this time. Not doing glue. Last time I glued it, it was kind of a pain in the ass to move. Yeah! Gonna clean this up, make sure I can get a good seal. I hope that's how it goes. Phoning a friend. It's never good when you call friends that you haven't talked to in like a year. He's gonna know why I'm calling. What's your plumbing question, Dan? So the pipe that comes up through your plywood on your floor, you want it to be flush with the top of the plywood. And that will make all this stuff work out. There's a rubber garment that goes around the pipe, which makes a seal. There's a taper on the bottom of that garment. When you buy this piece, it'll be inside it. If you don't take it apart, you'll be fine. But if you do take it apart like I did, that taper goes down. Now I gotta figure out how to do this. Oh, you dumbass. Now my plumber buddy said to take some silicone and you can throw it down on this thing. But as long as that ring that you tighten down isn't below the top of your pipe that comes up, it's not going to hold water there. If this does leak though, you can throw some silicone down on there. But you know my opinion on silicone. It's only good on bodies. That worked out well. Worked out really well. This thing, I'm going to save this thing for the rest of my life. Oh, there's all the pieces I need. See, the benefits of having a plumber come and do this is that they're going to have all those specialty fittings. As I was in the store today and I was looking, and they have all these different types of angled adapter fitting things. You know, I think this one was like a 30, and then they got a 22. They've got all these different things, and El Cheap Ass here bought 2 of these, figuring that that would help with this problem that I might have. So this pipe right here is the drain for the shower. Now I need to also have a pipe coming out here for the bathroom sink. And then those 2 pipes need to come into an adapter like this. Now I don't believe you can lay these on their side like that. And also this type of fitting is for venting. It's not for drainage. So definitely some code violations here, but I'm alright with that. Put it where it's going to go, and then I'll mark this so that it comes to this point right here on my fitting. I'm just going to make this hole bigger, just big enough so I can do what I need to do. I could probably run my hot and cold lines up that line too. That might work. That is the new plan. Plans are made on the spur of the moment. Now I just need a length for this pipe. Make sure that's somewhat level. 10 inches. Oh, that's freaking beautiful. Alright, so I have everything test fit and close enough, hopefully. So I'm going to glue up this section here, and then I will connect this piece into these 2 pipes, and then hopefully we can do that. Ow, that was my finger, and it hurt. It hurt when I hit it. If you don't hold the pipes together when you glue them together, they'll end up creeping apart, and you won't have a good joint. So you want to definitely make sure you hold it for a good while. Just making sure that all these, there's little reference lines, I'm making sure they all line up so that I'm in the correct angle. Plumbing definitely doesn't need to be exact. The only thing you really need to make sure is that you got the right pitch on your pipes. And even then, as long as solids aren't running through your pipes, it doesn't really matter. The reason that it's set on that degree that it's set at is so that liquids and solids fall at the same rate. Should we test it again? Yes, we should. Oh, that's freaking perfect vertical. I've got all that glued up right there. Now this is not the correct angle that this pipe needs to be running at, but since things are happening here, I need it to run at that angle to avoid a lot of the stuff that's down there. There it is. That works. So right now I'm going to glue these 2 on so this part can come apart, hopefully. Clean this. Oh, that stuff burns on your open cuts that you have on your hands. It's like fire. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. We're going to work really quick. The camera shot doesn't matter. This hurts like you wouldn't believe. I know my head is in the way of the shot, but that is insane amount of work right there. So now that all the drain lines are done, I'm going to run the hot and cold lines. And I did buy specific colors, even though it doesn't matter. I just felt like that would be cool to have red and blue lines. So you can see right here, this is where the hot line is going to feed the hot system. The hot water heater is going to be behind the toilet. So this will go to the sink, and then I've already spliced in, this is going to the shower, this is going to the washing machine, and then this one is going to go to the kitchen sink as well as the dishwasher. I'll have to do another splice over there. And then the cold lines, the cold line is going to be fed from the distribution panel that I have. Epic project. So I didn't film any of the water supply line installation, but I've got my hot and cold lines run for all the points where I need it. Everything is run long, and then I just taped everything to the drain pipe. These will end up getting cut down here, but this hopefully will be a bathroom sink right here. This will be for my washing machine and dryer. And then I've already hooked up my fittings for the shower. And then I also hooked up my temporary sink kitchen thing that I've got going on here. So this location right here will end up being where my refrigerator goes. And I'll put some cabinetry up here, and then I've got some other plans back here which I'll share later. I'll have about 2 feet of counter space here, my sink, and then about 16 to 18 inches of counter space here, and then the 2 foot, I think it's 20 inches, the stove, the Danby 4 burner propane stove. Narrow, but it's still got 4 burners on it. Propane. And I also purchased a split mini duct heating and cooling system. And that I'm going to mount on this wall that's going to go here, right here. So it'll be at a very high point. They say to install those things above windows, but I can't really do that anywhere in my house because all my windows are pretty much all the way up by the ceiling. So I felt this would be a good location, and it also will allow good circulation this way in the house versus a lot of people put it on the side of your wall and you're not getting the best circulation, I feel. So I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to run those 2 feed lines through this wall, down into the crawl space, and then out the back of my trailer where I'll be mounting a thing, which I've got videos. I'm working on videos for that too, so you'll see that coming up. So all I really have left to do over here is to frame this one wall, which I'm going to do in the next video in this series, but the next video will be a window video. But next time we come back here, I'm going to be doing this wall. So there's no real way to show you exactly what I did down here, but I've got a lot of lines down here for my water supply. I came off my manifold that's in the crawl space with 2 blue lines. 1 blue line fed all the cold lines, and then I teed off of it. 1 ran over there, 2 ran here, and the last one came here. And then I did the other blue line that ran all the way up to the hot water heater, which is going to go directly behind the toilet, and I'll hide it in some cabinetry. And then from there I came out with a red line because that's going to be the hot water, and I came into it and I teed off it everywhere it had to go and ran lines everywhere. I did buy this tool right here, which is a compression ring remover. Basically what you do is you cut the pipe as close to the fitting as you possibly can, and then you stick this thing inside the hole and you just squeeze it and it'll break this compression ring, and then you just pull out the piece and you can reuse all your fittings. So I was able to reuse a lot of the fittings that I had from the previous design that I had. So like I just said, in my next video I'm going to be framing this wall, and then I'm going to go to the other side and start redoing all that stuff there. Everything behind the camera is a disaster. You have no idea. I can't even walk to the other side of the house right now. Now I did have some leftover Roxol insulation. Call me. Let's talk Roxol. And so I'm going to take all that extra scrap that I have, and any of these little cracks and crevices that I have, these behind here, behind there, anywhere there's like a little 1-inch slit like this, I'll put some insulation in there. I've got some there. So I'll try to use up all that scrap that I have so I'm not throwing away the stuff. Once this remodel is done and the windows are installed, I'm going to do a tour. And that tour might come out before any of these videos come out. I don't know. We'll see how the time frame works out. I think I got enough videos to hold you off till then. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to jump ahead and see at least like 22, if not 30 new videos that haven't been released to you on YouTube yet, please go check me out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description below. I upload my videos onto there as I upload them. So you might get 4 or 5 videos in a week on Patreon, where here you're only getting 2. But then on Patreon, then there's dry weeks where you don't get anything for a week or 2. So if you're interested in helping support my channel, you can just pay $1 a month and you can see all my content as I upload it. So again, linked in the description, go check it out. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, comment below any great stuff you have to say. Love reading it sometimes, not all the time, but most of the time, sometimes. Cool. Awesome. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. That was it for that video. You know, Wrangler Star is within like an hour and a half from me today, and I could go and see him and meet him. But my one opportunity in my life where I'd be able to meet that guy, and I can't go and do it. I could, but it's just not. You gotta have priorities, and this is my priority. This is why I'm single, is this house, because it's a priority. And girls get mad. They get really mad at me. Peanut, come here. Come here. Come here. I cannot see you. That's a trap. I know. I wasn't going to fall for it. Oh, I got to move the door too. Yeah, so the door's not going to go there. It's going to eventually move up there. That's going to be so cool. The only thing I'm not liking about that is the electricity, because I have my temporary setup and it ain't going to work.